how do we relate your website to your practice? What does that mean? So it means, how do we get your website to behave in a way when a client clicks on it, it has the same effect as them walking into your practice, right? So that is today's video, how we relate your website to your dental practice. A little introduction. My name is Amu, and I am the founder of Oral Web Studios, where we help dental specialists and oral surgeons gain more patients through highly specialized websites, right? I have a little background in e-commerce where I used to build high-performing websites that got clients for e-commerce brands, right? Let's continue with today's video. And now I help dental specialists and oral surgeons get more patients through a high-performing website. So I take the knowledge that I've learned there when it comes to attracting clients and then merging it with what we are doing now with dental websites to help you as a practice owner get more patients, right, through your website. So point number one, we start with a brand interview questionnaire. First, before we get there, how do we relate your website with your practice? So what that basically means is, how do we get your website to behave in a way where it mimics your practice in terms of when a patient walks into your practice, we get it to have the same effect on your website. The same effect that your patient has when they walk into your practice is what we try to mimic on your website, right? For when a potential client enters onto your website, right? We want to basically marry the two, your website and your practice, so it has the same effect. How do we get it to relate? How do we get your website to relate to your practice? Okay, so we start with a brand interview or questionnaire, right? So a brand interview / questionnaire, we ask you, the practice owner, what type of patients do you want more of, okay? So an example would be premium patients, right? Patients who value quality over the price and are willing to invest in long-term solutions, right? So they could be looking for procedures like veneers, for example, right? Where you need quality veneers that the patient will be happy with. And obviously that can cost a lot of money. So that's an example of a premium patient, someone that values quality over the price. And that's the type of question we might ask you to get to enter when we build the website for your practice, right? So patients who are looking for premium cosmetic work and not looking to bargain all the time. So there are a certain class of patients who are going to bargain price. And for a practice owner who's looking for premium clients, that's not the sort of patient or client that they are looking to get, right? So what this implies for the website, for a website that's looking for premium patients. So this sort of website will need a minimalist design, right? Nothing too flashy or filled with things that will attract maybe a family sort of oriented website, right? Where they want like families for dental washes or anything like that, right? That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a minimalist design, strong before and after photography, right? To show your work. In case you're doing veneers, like I said earlier, we show the before pictures and the after pictures of your excellent work as a dentist, right? So less pricing and more outcome and expertise. So what we want to convey in the website is less with the price, right? In fact, we might not even have prices on the website, and more to do with you showing your work, your expertise, and basically the results that clients have, right? So you'll also need luxury tone, trust signals, and credentials up front. You'll show your credentials on your website, your trust badges, and all that sort of things to convey your credentials and basically trust. You'll have your testimonials as well, your video testimonials, text testimonials. I recommend that you have at least 2 to 3 video testimonials, right? Patients don't really watch a lot of the testimonial videos. So 2 to 3 will work, even 1 is fine. And then you can have a lot of reviews as well, written reviews, but still they won't read all of them, or even most of them. They'll probably read 2 to 5 of them, but having them in quantity helps to portray authority, okay, even though they won't read all of them. So they might go through 1 or 2 videos and read a handful of the written reviews, okay. So another example of a premium patient would be cosmetic focused patients, right? So patients who are about the aesthetics and want to improve the smile. So people coming in for things like veneers, whitening, or smile makeover. What this website needs, right? Implications for the website: a smile gallery, right? So you'll need, again, before and after images, visual first homepage, so a stunning homepage that shows that you're a cosmetic dentist, right? So maybe a little bit less with the minimalism this time, but something eye-catching instead, okay? Some short, confident copy on the website, and strong call to action. So that's what your website will need. Then other patient dentists could possibly want, for example. So these are other sort of patients a dentist could possibly want, right? Family long-term patients, referral-driven patients, price-sensitive patients. So in the brand interview, we will ask you what type of patients you want, and you could want premium patients, cosmetic-focused patients, family long-term patients, referral-driven patients, price-sensitive patients, whatever it is, right? So other questions under the brand interview we ask are what emotions your brand creates, right? Is it comfort? Is it luxury? Is it confidence or family friendly? So what sort of emotion do you want conveyed onto your website, okay? So apart from what type of patients you want, which we went through, what sort of emotion do you want your website to convey? How do you want your patients to describe your practice after visiting? Do you want them to say the practice was warm and caring? Was it professional and trustworthy? Was it high-end and premium, gentle and stress-free, right? So these are the sort of questions we ask in the brand interview, okay? How do you want your patients to feel after they're done with the procedure? What sort of emotion do you want your website to convey? What sort of patients are you looking for? Premium patients, family-friendly patients, etc. Right? And then number 2, how we relate your website to your practice. The practice environment and personality. A brand should match the practice's experience. So we analyze the colors inside your practice, right? So we can incorporate and match the colors on your practice to your website. We match the brand. Style of the waiting room. So we look at these things and we see the style of the waiting room and try to incorporate it in the sort of feel and style of your website. All these things are important. The colors, the style of the waiting room, the uniforms, the equipment, the dentist's communication style, and the overall patient journey, right? We incorporate these things into your website so your website feels like a virtual practice, right? A virtual version of your practice. A luxury cosmetic practice shouldn't have a childish website, right? A family-focused practice shouldn't look like a boutique spa. We match the digital feel to the real one, right? To your real practice. Point number 3, the third point, we create a custom visual identity, right? So that's the third point in regards to how we relate your website to your practice. we create a custom visual identity. Using the brand's insights, we establish the typography, the icon sets, right? The custom icon sets on your website, the layout style, clean, bold, warm, modern, premium, the animation, the micro interactions, the colors, every detail communicates something. Then the next point, we use real patient stories and real results. This is very important when it comes to your website. To build authenticity, we have to use real before and after photos, right? We have to use real staff photos. So you have to take staff photos. You could do this in the waiting room. You can do this next to the reception desk, or in the office if it's big enough, or anything like that, right? Take a nice group photo and individual photos of the staff. So also, to build authenticity, we use real testimonials from your patients, right? So when they're done with the procedure, whether it was a short one, a long one, like I said, you don't need that many video testimonials. 2 to 3 is okay to showcase on your website. You can have more, but it's not like your patients or potential patients, when they come onto your website, it's not like they're gonna watch every single video, but it does help to have a couple videos and to have written content. You can have as much written content as you want on your website, but they're not gonna read all of it, right? But it just shows authority, okay? So have real testimonials and real doctor introduction videos, okay? So you could have a text version, but a video version helps a lot more. The potential patients that come onto your website get to see your face and hear your voice, right? And hear you speak and hear your warmth, everything, anything like that. So real doctor introduction videos. So you get to introduce yourself to them. You get to introduce your practice to them. Okay, it helps them connect more with you and your practice. So no stock photos or cookie cutter generic videos, okay? Patient stories make the practice feel more human. They reduce fear and hesitation. They shift focus from price to value. They guide the right patients to you, okay? So next point, we test for emotional accuracy. So this is the part that a lot of agencies who might create your website for you could probably skip, right? So we ask, what feeling does someone get when they land here on your website? What feeling does someone get when they land here? Safe, right? You want them to feel safe. You want your website to feel safe. Premium, you want your patients to feel welcomed, empowered, and reassured. What does that mean? Safe, not salesy. No aggressive, not aggressive, but calm. Explanations are clear, right? Premium, the imagery is high quality and consistent. The design feels clean and not crowded. Nothing feels loud, rushed, or cheap. Welcomed, the tone feels warm and inclusive. The website copy speaks to them and not at them. And the practice feels approachable and not intimidating. Empowered, so they understand what's happening and they feel in control. The website educates and not overwhelms. Options are presented without pressure, and the next steps are clear and simple. And lastly, reassured. They see patient stories and testimonials and the credentials and the experience are visible. If the emotion doesn't match the practice, we adjust the whole thing. Conclusion. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing for more content. If you are looking for a website for your dental practice, please click the link in the description.